I just want to show a way to live where you can tune into that peaceful, loving side of you to make day-to-day decisions and see how that turns out for you. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you're here with me today. I have been putting off this video for a long time. I've been getting the nudge from my internal guidance to do it, but the mind just keeps putting it off. Today is the day. No longer am I listening to the mind, tuning into the internal guidance, and I'm going to do some spring cleaning, or at least organizing, purging some things. It just feels so good, and we've been in our house for, gosh, how long has it been? 6 months-ish already, and I already feel like we have things we need to get rid of. I'm not going to go into the whole story of this past year, but if you're interested, I'll link some videos. But basically last year at this time, I was trying to get rid of so many things because we were about to live in a really small space, and I kind of want to almost have that mentality again, but I also want to take you along with me and show you how I'm going to use my internal guidance, aka my intuition, to decide what I'm keeping and getting rid of. Like, I just feel like this is going to be really useful to see some real life application of using your internal guidance to make day-to-day decisions. And I know a lot of you are here from the last video I posted, so if you are new here, hello, welcome. I am so happy that you are here, and if this is your first video, please subscribe if you like to explore what it means to live an aligning, fulfilling life. And if you're interested in connecting to your intuition, your internal guidance, come along for the journey. So my plan is to just start going through some spaces in our bedroom. I'm going to start here and we'll see what happens. So just come along with me as I start to do a little spring cleaning led by my internal guidance. Okay, also my goal is to make this video as real as possible. I've done zero prep in here, zero cleaning. Everything is as is. So there's going to be some time lapses. There's going to be me explaining a little bit, but it's a real life cleaning up our bedroom and getting rid of some SHIT. So let's start in this drawer. This is like my workout pants, really just like general bottoms, jeans, stuff like that. So I'm going to start by making a pile of stuff I know I want to keep. Also been trying to roll my clothes. See if I can fit in here and still do this. You can almost say this is kind of like a Marie Kondoing situation, which I've actually never watched that show. I've just heard people talk about it, so I'm totally like assuming here. But what I'm doing is, as I'm going throughout each piece, I'm tuning into how it makes me feel, especially when I'm wearing it. And if I can't even remember the last time I wear it, I'm going to take that as a sign that I don't need it. But we'll approach that situation as we get there and see what it feels like when I hold that piece. So these are all pants I wear all the time. A lot of these pants are from Savers, which is our local thrift store that I love. Love getting things secondhand. All right, these are one of those pants that I haven't worn in a long time. I'm going to put in the maybe pile for now. We'll come back to it. So I have a for sure yes pile, a maybe pile. This is also a maybe. I bought these pants for Africa. I was supposed to go to Africa a few years ago. A whole nother story. Didn't end up getting to go. That's something to keep in mind as you are getting rid of stuff. It's not like one and done. You can always go back and do this process again. I did that a lot last year. Like, I came back and did like quite a few different sweeps, I was calling them, through my closet, and each time I would get rid of a little bit more. So here's where it's going to get interesting. So let's go through these and think about if I want to keep them or not. This, I'm just feeling like, is a no. It's hard. You always think of like the what if situation, right? Okay, so if you need help tuning into your internal guidance, I'm going to link a video somewhere. I may need to redo this video, so let me know what you think. But really, it's about going from your head into your body, to your heart, or to your gut. So when you're feeling that nudge from your heart or your gut, you really have to just kind of like breathe and listen and feel. It's not about thinking, it's about feeling. I'm actually getting, I thought it would be a no, but I'm getting a yes from these pants. I'm going to keep these for now. These. I almost got rid of these the other day, but I was like, no, save it for the video when you go through it. I love these pants, but I just don't know if I love them when I wear them. And my mind wants to think of like, well, what if you're going to be a cheetah for Halloween? That's my toxic trait. I think of like, what am I going to use these pieces for like a future Halloween costume, because I love Halloween so much. But I'm feeling passing these on. You know, I kind of felt that when I originally bought these. So interesting. These I'm also going to keep because I like them. These I will be passing on. I'm going to keep these for now. May get rid of them in a future sweep. I'm feeling it. Again, it's about tuning into the feeling. And these, as much as I love the picture of what's going on, I mentioned this in my last video, but rarely. I can think of one instance right now where I've gotten rid of something and I've regretted it. And that's only happened once. It was for one event. It was these shoes, and I was going to wear them to a wedding, and then I ended up getting different shoes. So that must have been meant to be. So here we go. We've already getting rid of some items. Made so much room in my closet already. Not my closet, room in my drawer already. So much room in there already. Okay, let's move into the next drawer. I don't know also if you can hear the locusts, or not locusts, cicadas outside right now. If you live in the Midwest, you know what I'm talking about, but they are coming out, and it's not as intense as I thought it would be. I thought there'd be cicadas everywhere, at least not where I'm at in the St. Louis area. It's not too bad, at least in my neighborhood. Okay, so I've got pajamas and swimsuits in here. I found a bunch of my old NSYNC shirts I got from the concerts in the 90s, early 2000s. I just don't have the heart to give those away. So I've been trying to make them pajamas, but I haven't worn all of them yet. Another interesting thing to mention as I'm pulling out my swimsuits is I'm also started kind of packing, because we leave in 5 days, for a 2-week trip in Italy. So that is also something I'm keeping in the back of my mind as I pack. If I need to pull any of these items for Italy. And that's another thing I'm really going to try to use my internal guidance for, is to decide what I need in Italy, tuning into what feels right. It's another thing to point out, because you have your mind and your internal guidance fighting back and forth on whether you need this thing. Sometimes the internal guidance nudges don't always make logical sense. And I think that's okay. That's why it's important to remain open. And a lot of times too, the internal guidance is that softer, more gentle, loving voice. Your mind's like shaming you, kind of like, you don't need this, blah, blah, blah. But this is just a really good practice to tune into those different voices. I feel like getting rid of stuff is such a good exercise to distinguish the two voices. These are from my childhood. I feel like my inner child was just loving these. They just kind of fit weird. They're super high. They are really comfy. I think that's a good deciding factor too. Like, is it comfortable to wear? Like, do you enjoy the act of wearing this piece? If you don't, then like, what's the point? So I'm going to set this to the side right now. Okay. I feel like honestly right off the bat, these are all a no-go. I have like a shirt from high school in here. Feeling the nudge, feeling it in my body. I no longer need those. And it feels good. It feels light. It feels free. It feels so good. The mind's going to have a lot of stories. So if you're hearing a lot of, well, this and that, like this long explanation, that's a mind story right there. But your internal guidance, your intuition is very succinct. So if you're just hearing a no, honor that no. And again, you can put this to the side and like put it away from now, see how you feel about it, and come back later. But trust those nudges. If you're hearing the no, it's probably time to get rid of the item. I have a super solid get rid of pile already. Only done 2 drawers, so that makes me feel good. Makes me feel accomplished. Not that it's about that, but I like what I'm seeing. It feels good. Okay, now it's time for this last drawer. This is just like underwear, socks, sports bras, all that stuff. I have a ton of tights I need to go through. So I'm going to go through that pile. This is a piece that I like, but is super uncomfortable for me. So like, why would I keep it if it feels uncomfortable for my body? That is a release. I like the term release. It just feels better than get rid of. Release it so someone else can have it that needs it. There's someone else out there that needs that item. I'm also pitching any socks that have holes in them because I just bought a bunch of new socks right there. You don't need your internal guidance for that to tell you things are, their time is done. They're just done. Okay, I'm getting the nudge from this one saying release, release, like don't pull me back. Honoring the nudge. Anyone else holding on to just like a few face masks just in case? I want to like release that energy. I'm going to keep these though. They're more like bandos, like bandanas. I think these could be really useful if you're like doing something dusty or something. But releasing the COVID energy. Awesome. Never know. So much room from just one sweep. It's crazy. Okay, I've like whittled down my jewelry a lot over the years, which I'm very proud of. So I'm just going to do a quick sweep of my jewelry. Check in, see if there's anything very obvious that I need to get rid of. This is also how I pack my jewelry. I've just saved little bags over the years, and that's where I'm going to put my jewelry when I travel. Here's some get rid of things. Beautiful. Got a little Italy pile that I need to whittle down further, but it's a start. Let's just look at this real quick. I tried to get all of my dresses for Italy from the thrift store, but sometimes for a special occasion, you just gotta go there. So here's my new Italy dress. Loving it. Need to try that on. Right, you may recognize this scene from when we moved in. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of keeping it organized. It definitely needs to be reorganized. This is just my closet right now because the way that they had these built-in organizers in here, only one person can really fit in here, at least with the amount of clothes we have. So we definitely need to reorganize and redo this whole closet eventually. But what I'm going to do right now is just do a quick sweep going through this. You can see these are all things I plan on bringing to Italy and down here. So I've just been setting them aside. I might even get out my suitcase and start putting it in there. I don't know, is that too soon? 5 days ahead? Are my clothes going to get all wrinkly? I don't know. Hopefully you've seen me examples of like going through this stuff and like tuning into my body and like kind of talking through what I'm feeling in my body and what I'm hearing in my head, help you understand the difference between those two voices, your mind and your internal guidance. So I'm going to keep trying to show you to that in real time as I go through my closet. I need to wear more hats. Like my aunt made me this and it has moons on it. I don't know why I don't wear more hats. They're so cute. But I'm going to set it up here so I don't forget. Okay, I love this skirt found at Savers, but the inside part that covers your booty is super short. So unless I become a seamstress, that's not going to work. I'm so bummed. I just realized that my phone died in the middle of that last segment when I was cleaning up my closet. And there were some really good examples where initially it was my mind telling me to release something. And then when I changed it to my heart, I was like, you know what? This still brings me joy. I'm going to hang on to it for now. But I still feel like I got rid of a lot. I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling a lot lighter. And I really just hope this gives you some practical real life examples of following your internal guidance when doing day-to-day things like cleaning out your closet, doing some spring cleaning, packing for a trip. I even put a few more things in my pile for my Italy trip. So I just hope this was useful. Really what it's about when you're tuning into your internal guidance is just noticing how you feel, noticing that other voice that's quieter, subtler, loving, That's your internal guidance. The mind is so loud. And I just want to say too, the mind isn't wrong. Like, it's really about finding that harmony between the mind and your internal guidance. The mind does help you like solve day-to-day problems, and we need the mind. It's not a bad thing. I don't want to demonize the mind and say that the mind is a bad thing. I just want to show a way to live where you can tune into that peaceful, loving side of you to make day-to-day decisions and see how that turns out for you. I feel like that's one of the most interesting parts, is after you make these decisions from your internal guidance, then as you go on through life, seeing how that flowed for you. Is that something you truly needed? Was that a decision that led you to something else? And again, it's not about doing this perfectly, but it's just about having fun with it and exploring. Just do this with childlike curiosity. So if you like this video, let me know. I still have other areas in my house I could definitely spring clean and use my internal guidance to help me organize and figure out what to get rid of. So if you like this video, you could always just like it here on YouTube with a thumbs up. That helps support the channel and the video so much. You can also comment down below with any of your takeaways. How are you using your internal guidance in day-to-day life? What did you enjoy about this? What did you find interesting? What did you learn? Anything that you want to share below. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. It is truly my highest joy. If you are new here, please subscribe. We have new videos pretty much every week, again, exploring what it means to live an aligning, fulfilling life. And as always, I'm sending you all so much love, all the highest vibes, and I will see you in the next video.